Good morning, fourth grade. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're up and at 'em and ready to have a wonderful day and learn some new things today. I'm going to read our chapter of Restart. I thought before I did that, I would show you. I've got my Bent Spirit wear on. This is a unofficially Bent Spirit Day. If you have some Bent Spirit wear, take your picture, send me an email. I'd love to see it. I want to keep connected, even though we're far apart. I still want to be connected and see you guys. Also, Cincinnati Zoo is doing they do like live animal feeds, I think at 2 o'clock. So if you Google Cincinnati Zoo, and find what they're doing. Maybe you can tell me about what you learned about the animal today. So that's kind of a challenge today. You have some stuff to do in your packet. Go ahead and you can work on that. And just have fun. Learning is fun. There's so many neat things to discover. In your letter that I sent you, lots of different virtual field trips. Fingers crossed, going to Yellowstone this summer. I can't wait to look at that Yellowstone virtual field trip and see what's on there. So, let me get a sip of coffee. Without further ado, let's go ahead and read chapter 7 of Restart. So this chapter is written by Shoshanna Weber, who is Joel Weber's sister. And if you remember, she's the one that dumped the yogurt on Chase's head. She does not like Chase. She views Chase as being the one who's really solely responsible for getting her brother moved to a different school because of the bullying. He did it. The crazy fool actually did it. We're gathered around the smartboard in Miss DeLeo's room, watching How to Clean Your Tricycle on YouTube. I've got to hand it to Brendan. When he sets his mind on something, he follows through, even after the entire video club told him to take a hike. And you know what? He knocked it out of the park. I've never seen anything so funny. It's a wonder he didn't get himself killed. But he's very much alive, beaming like a proud papa, as he premieres his work to rave reviews from the club. Miss DeLeo, our faculty advisor, laughs until tears are streaming down her cheeks. Brendan, how could you even dream of doing such a thing? The worst part was how cold the water was, he says, but it was totally worth it. We burst into thunderous applause when the music comes to a crescendo and the tricycle is pedaling out of the shiny bumper into the light. Brendan takes a bow, a goofy grin plastered onto his face. Credits appear on the screen, produced by Brendan Espinoza and Chase Ambrose. Chase Ambrose? The ovation dies abruptly in the classroom. Well, that's part of the joke, right? Marcia Dunbar offers dubiously. Like produced by William Shakespeare or Mickey Mouse? No, it really was him, Brendan tells us. None of you guys would help me, and he said okay. Why would you even ask him? I blurt, furious. Do you have a death wish or something? Miss DeLeo steps in. Isn't it enough that the video got made and it's fabulous? I don't have a death wish, Brendan retorts. And you know what? I'm glad I asked him because he did an awesome job on camera too. Maybe it's from sports, but he has a really steady hand. Better than any of us, including me. We could use a guy like that. I get a sinking feeling in my gut. You didn't. Brendan nods. I invited him to join the club. We all start babbling at the same time. I'm so angry that I can't really make out much of it, but it's pretty obvious that everyone is relating the story of some mean thing that Chase, and probably Aaron and Bear, did to them. There's definitely no shortage of material. The chorus of complaint goes on and on. Yeah, I get it. Brendan holds up his hands. Those guys picked on me too, probably more than any of you. Not more than my poor brother, I think. But the Chase Ambrose who worked on this video, Brendan goes on, is not the same person. He lost his memory when he fell off the roof this summer. Total amnesia. I know it sounds weird, but maybe he forgot what a jerk he was. Big talk from the guy who thinks riding a tricycle through a car wash is a smart thing to do, puts in Hugo. Brendan doesn't back down. Seriously, We had a great time yesterday. He was helpful. He had good ideas. He was even nice. He's different. All I can see is a red haze in front of my eyes, and through it, Joel packing his suitcase to go away to school. I remind Brendan, my brother would be in this room right now if it wasn't for that jerk. I don't want him here. None of us do. That's enough. Mrs. DeLeo cuts me off. School clubs are open to everyone. We don't pick and choose. If this boy wants to be a member, then we'll take him in. It's as simple as that. The atmosphere in the room is supercharged. Rage from me, defiance from Brendan, firmness from the teacher, and varying degrees of protest, discontent, and unease from everyone else. It boils all around us when a voice from the doorway asks, "Am I late? What did I miss?" It's him, the enemy. He enters the room tentative but smiling, and here I am, unarmed, without my trusty tub of frozen yogurt. "Welcome," Miss DeLeo greets him. "Brendan was just showing us your new video. We're so happy you decided to join us." Chase seems hesitant. He probably picks up on the disconnect between Miss DeLeo's warm welcome and the body language coming from the rest of us. Only the keep out sign is missing. When he sees me, he takes a step back, a little fearful. The fear looks good on him. At least that part of his memory works. He remembers that I'm the person who hates his guts. "How to Clean Your Tricycle killed it," Brendan assured him. "And look, we already have 46 views on YouTube. I was hoping it would be viral already, but these things take time." "Well, they call it viral because it's supposed to spread fast, like a virus," I put in sourly. "Well, some viruses are slower than others," Brendan replies. "So what exactly do you guys do?" Chase asks. "You know, when you're not riding tricycles through car washes." That bugs me too. For sure, that's how he sees us, a collection of nerdy wingnuts who pull off moronic stunts and call it brilliance. Brendan can be kind of a goofball, but he's also the smartest kid in school. A knuckle dragger like Chase will never appreciate someone who's destined to accomplish something that will make the world a better place. Why would he? The simplest way to make the world a better place would be to kick out Chase Ambrose. Miss DeLeo provides an answer. "Well, some of us will be working on entries for the National Video Journalism Contest." "You mean just Shoshanna?" Brendan snickers. "If you could get your head out of YouTube long enough," I tell him, "you could see what a great opportunity it is. This year's guideline is to profile a senior citizen with an interesting story to tell. We should all consider it." "I don't think I know any old people," is Chase's reaction. It's probably because he gets his jollies from pushing them into traffic. "We'll also be producing the school's video yearbook," the teacher goes on. "That's something you can sink your teeth into." I cringe, bad analogy for Chase, who I always pictured as a mountain lion picking over a carcass. "What goes into a video yearbook?" Chase asks. "Student interviews mostly," Hugo jumps in. "You get so much more than the standard picture and quote." He shrinks back when he remembers who he's talking to. "My brother's experience has trained us to avoid capturing Chase's attention. He can't target you if he doesn't notice you're there." Chase nods. That makes sense. "Nifty way to keep score of the kids whose lives you've ruined over the past year, isn't it?" I add bitterly. He's thrown by that, but Miss DeLeo jumps in quickly. "We also need content on every club and team in the school, Chase. Since you play sports, I thought you'd be a natural to cover the athletic program." A hopeful buzz greets this suggestion. Interviewing the jocks is the most miserable job since they're always so uncooperative and hostile. The worst of them is usually our newest member himself. But we've still got Aaron and Bear, plus Joey Petronas and Landon Rubio, and some of the others to contend with. It's like Miss America. If the winner can't fulfill her duties, there are plenty of runners-up to take over the tiara. "I'll try," said Chase, "but I don't really know those guys so well anymore. I mean, they know me." "Well, how about that? Brendan's right. This big dummy fell on his ugly head hard enough to give himself amnesia. What other explanation could there be that he doesn't really know the juvenile co-delinquents that he's partnered with in a reign of terror that covers the entire town? Could Brendan also be right that Chase has no idea what a jerk he is? No. Amnesia can wipe out the details of your past, but it doesn't change the kind of person you are. Maybe he doesn't remember being a bully. He might have no clue that he tortured Joel to a point where he had no choice but to leave town. But when a person like that wants to know how he feels about something and looks deep inside his black heart, it's still going to be filled with acid. I messaged my theory to Joel later that night. So this is their texting back and forth. So Joel says, so what you're telling me is that I'm in exile and the guy who exiled me doesn't even remember doing it? Shoshanna says, well, that's what they say. Joel says, I don't know what to think about that. Shoshanna says, he'll remember soon enough. Our beta and gamma rats will remind him. Remember, they called Joel the alpha rat. Chase the alpha rat, because he was like the top jerk, and the beta and the gamma rats would be Aaron and Bear. Joel says, you seem to know a lot about alpha rat these days. I start to tell Joel the real headline, who the video club's newest member is. My fingers freeze over my phone screen. My brother is depressed enough. The thought of Chase forcing him away and then parachuting into his spot in the club and ruining it will only make him feel worse. No, that's not it. That slimeball doesn't ruin Video Club. What really happened was even worse. Nothing. The worst person in the world came into Mr. Leo's room and life went on. The other members didn't quit. The ceiling didn't cave in. Our equipment didn't burst into flame. Miss DeLeo didn't collapse at her desk. We can't stand that guy, but we're going to put up with him. No way I'm going to tell Joel that. He's upset enough as it is. Besides, Chase Ambrose will last about 10 minutes in Video Club. As soon as Mr. Leo actually asks him to do something, he'll be gone. So I type. This is Shoshanna. Boring school, boring town. Amnesia equals big news. Joel says, alpha rat squeezing zits equals big news at that school. Shoshanna says, he doesn't have any zits. That's a pointless thing to text Joel, but by the time it occurs to me, I've already tapped send. Joel says, HMS kids are such morons. Shoshanna says, Melton kids any better? So Melton is the new school he's at. Joel says, no. It's as if a deep chasm opens in my stomach. I don't want to make him feel worse, but it needs to be said. Shoshanna, come on, little bro. You were miserable at home. Joel says, at least there I was special. Here I'm just another second-rate piano player. I think of Chase, and I want to explode. All right, Chase has not changed Shoshanna's mind at all. That is Chapter 7. Chapter 8 tomorrow will be Chase's point of view. So I'm kind of interested to hear what his perspective on all this Video Club is. So pretty interesting. Happy Wednesday, restart for the day. Don't forget to watch and find some fun things. Find some things to do. If you can get outside, go outside. If you can find something fun exercise-wise to do with a video or on YouTube, do that. Do something fun. Learn something new. Learning is exciting, and I'm excited for you to learn. Email me. Let me know. Show me a picture of your spirit wear. Email me what the animals are doing at the zoo today. Email me something you've learned. All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.